Hello, welcome everyone to Groundbreak. It's so exciting to see you all here. Thanks for coming to the Specialty Contractor session. So today during the session, I just want to talk about a lot of really new and exciting things. And the cool thing is that it's all focused on the needs of specialty contractors. So that's probably why you're all here. If you're not, now's the time to exit because we're going to be talking about subs today. And I know that this session is right before lunch. So if anybody leaves early, I assume you're loving the presentation and you're just really hungry, so that's fine. But we'll try to keep it engaging for everybody. So before we get started, I do need to remind everybody that throughout Groundbreak, we're going to be sharing some really exciting features and stuff that we're working on that's not yet generally available. So please make sure you make your purchasing decisions based on what is available today. You can read the full text of the slide on our website or talk to our legal team and they'll fill you in. Awesome. So today you're going to hear from three of us. So first, myself. My name is Will Lehrman. I'm the head of product for specialty contractors at Procore. And what that means is that every day of my life, I am focused on specialty contractors and making sure that we have the best platform in the industry for the trades. So super excited to be here today. Also, we have another individual from Procore, Chris Karcher, is here today. He's our director of product management for workforce management. He's been at Procore for over 8 years, and in that time, he's been really focused on the needs of specialty contractors and, of course, workforce management. So I wanted him to join us today to talk about some of that. And most exciting is Athena. She's the vice president of business development at Athena Engineering. They're a mechanical and building automation contractor based out of Los Angeles, and so I cannot wait for you to hear her share. Way cooler to hear from our customers than from me. So I'll do a quick introduction on myself. This is now my 10th year at Procore. So I've spent a long time working at Procore, and about 3 years ago, I changed my role to be 100% focused on specialty contractors. Super exciting. I was wildly intrigued by the opportunity. I think the work that you're doing is the hardest and most complex in the industry, in an industry that is probably the hardest and most complex. And so just completely inspired and impressed by everybody in this room and everything that you do. And so super excited about my role focused on the specialty contractor market. And one of the things I wanted to share as I was thinking about introducing myself is the way we have been successful at Procore, as long as I've been there 10 years, we've been around for 20 years, and a lot of the way that we operate and the way we work, especially in our product organization, started 20 years ago with TUI. And it's been a staple of how we build software to this day, and that's our partnership with our customers. We're not the innovators. We build technology. It's our customers, and so our secret sauce has been listening to our customers, partnering with our customers, letting you tell us what the challenges are, the opportunities are. You are the innovators, and our job is to learn, listen, partner, and apply that to technology so that you can go do your jobs better, more efficiently, more effectively. And so that's been our secret sauce. And I was asked by marketing, they said, hey, you got any cool job site slides? You can relate to the audience because you've been on a job site. Well, I've been to hundreds of job sites over the years. I met with thousands of customers. And so I was thinking, okay, what picture should I pick? And I said, well, why not one from a week ago? So just a week ago, I was out in Utah with Building Zone Industries. They're actually, a couple of them are sitting out here in the crowd. And it was just a great example of my interactions over the years with our customers and what I spoke about the innovation. And so they're a steel fabrication and erection contractor. But what was so exciting, I was just blown away by their innovation. They have patented technology that they're using. They have an innovation mindset. And it's all focused around delivering projects more efficiently, more safely for their people, and to help grow their business at a rapid pace, which they are. And just spending the day with them just reminded me that, again, our customers are the innovators, and our job is to listen, learn, soak in all that knowledge, and turn around solutions that can help them do their jobs better. And so I just chose to pick some photos from last week at their incredible facilities and seeing all the really innovative things that they're doing. So thank you for hosting me and for joining us today. And I'll maybe leave you with this last note before I move on, which is everything I'm going to talk about today was influenced by our customers and by specialty contractors. And so hopefully you all take the opportunity while you're here to meet some of the folks from Procore, go to the Innovation Lab, tell us what's awesome, but also tell us what's not so awesome, right? I always like to say for folks in product and technology, it's job security that not everything is perfect. So come let us know what we could do better, help us innovate, and help us improve the industry. So as I said, I want to talk about our continued investment into Procore and making it a better platform for specialty contractors. But I first want to talk about some of the challenges. None of this is news to you, but I think having this as the backdrop is really important to understand and at least address in the room here. And so, when I think about it, the trades are the backbone of the construction industry. You have the hardest job, you have the most complex job, and on top of just what you do every single day, we have this backdrop of all these industry challenges that have been kind of plaguing us for the last few years. And that's supply chain disruptions that are increasing material costs for you, growing labor shortage that's limiting your ability to take on more work and grow your business, increasingly complex projects. It's requiring more expertise, more collaboration than ever before. And all this while a lot of you are going through digital transformations, right? You're adopting new technology, you're having to train your teams, your field staff, you're having to change process to leverage that new technology, and all that is super hard. And when I think about all these challenges in the industry, I feel like the majority of the burden is falling on the trades. And so your jobs are just getting harder. And so we need to all figure out ways that we can make what you do easier, and hopefully Procore can play a part in that. And so, as Procore works towards our vision of improving the lives of everyone in construction and especially everyone in the trades, Tui referenced this in the keynote. Well, what do we think we can do and what's the best way for Procore to support the industry? Well, we really believe that's connecting the industry on a global platform. And so why, right? One, we want to connect all your data, all your documents, all your estimates, your contracts, project information, all of this living in a single environment. And that's just going to give you more control. We also want to help support that digital transformation, right? We think that being able to have all this living in the Procore construction platform is going to make it easier for you to go through that digital transformation. And we're really passionate about helping you as you go through that process as a business. And then what's the impact to you? Well, hopefully better communication, more efficiency, better accuracy, lots of insights that can help you improve your business. We want to help you connect with your customers, connect with your partners, connect with your teams in the field, and drive better collaboration, right? And all this is going to create better outcomes for you and for your business. So today I'm going to walk through our platform, and the main point of walking through the platform is to highlight some of the investments that we've made for specialty contractors over the last year. Absolutely too much to talk about in our short time together. So I'm going to focus on some of the highlights. I'm going to walk through pre-construction, project execution, workforce management, and financial management. We can't go into a lot of detail on each one of these, but there's a ton of ways you can get more information. We have a lot of breakout sessions, so hopefully you've gone through and found the ones that are really interesting to you. A lot of deep dives on the topics, on the products, and then of course, please go talk to our product and technology teams in the innovation lab, see what they're working on, go through the pavilion. If there's something you're really passionate about, go spend some time there, and you can go really deep and learn a lot more than you probably will here today. So let's get started. First, let's start where all the projects begin, pre-construction. And what we're seeing and what we've heard from our customers, the industry is moving towards more design build, more IPD, collaborative project delivery, and so pre-construction is just becoming increasingly important. And there's way more opportunities for you to collaborate with your customers, and there's also a lot more importance on ensuring the profitability early in the project. And so, as you heard at the keynote, and there's gonna be a few things that the keynote stole my thunder on, so bear with me. I'll try to really focus it, but they did a great job of announcing all the stuff I wanted to share. Because of this, so we ramped up our investment in pre-con. And you all know this, but projects can be won or lost before you ever break ground, right? You might win the wrong job. I'm sure somebody in this room has won the wrong job before, or you're missing critical items during estimating. And the right tools we really believe can help. And so there was a stat I think we shared earlier, but 31% of specialty contractors are highly satisfied with their pre-con technology. I don't know, 31%, that's not that high. So there might be 69% of you out here that do not feel satisfied with your pre-con technology. And so we want to help with that. And so today I want to talk about two categories of pre-construction. So we can't cover everything, but one is finding the right projects, and then the second is efficient and accurate estimating. And so I'm I assume that some of you are in need of both of these or one of these, and so let's spend some time talking about it. First, I want to talk about making sure you're finding the right projects. And it's not just about having enough invites to bid, right? You can have a ton of invites to bid, and that's great, but you want to bid the right projects. And what does the right project mean? Well, it depends. It could be based on the skills of your business. It could be based on the experience that you have. It could be based on your location. It could be a new service that you're trying to offer in a part of your business that you're trying to grow. It could be a new market that you're trying to enter. And so finding the right job is going to vary for each one of you. And I think that's a really important part of your business in pre-construction. And so how can we make sure that you're finding the right jobs so that you can find the right margins and you can make the right profit on those projects? And so how do we connect you with the right GCs and help you find those right projects? Well, you saw this at the keynote, but one of the ways we want to achieve this is by building the largest construction network in the world, our Procore construction network. This network is accessible to anyone. So the Procore construction network, it's free, it's a public site. You can all join it today if you haven't already. What's it going to do for you? Well, hopefully you can strengthen your online presence. You can discover thousands of contractors, architects, engineers, suppliers all across the United States. And again, it's all free, and it's all built on the Procore platform. So why is that important? Well, it's seamless transition from those relationships that you're making to the bids that you're winning to active projects. And again, you heard about that at the keynote, but that flow of finding the right work, bidding on the right work, winning the work, estimating it, and taking it right into construction is super valuable, and we believe we can deliver that with our Procore platform. And the Procore Construction Network is a really exciting step. And so, after you find that perfect job to bid on, there's some real heavy lifting. You need to protect your company's margins, and you got to make sure that you don't price yourself out of a job at the same time. So you got to find that perfect middle ground to win the job and make sure you're going to make money on it as well. You could have multiple rounds of RFPs, drawing revisions. You might bid 4, 5, 6 more times. And each one of those times, it's time consuming, right? Because estimating's hard. It's time consuming. There's risks every time you're putting together an estimate. And that's valuable time from your teams that you're putting in. And so, manual takeoff, right? It's time consuming. It's error prone. Information can get lost between pre-con and course of construction. There's collaboration challenges between the field and the office. And so we heard that feedback from our customers, and we wanted to solve it. And we want to help you bid with more accuracy and more collaboration across your teams. And so 2 years ago, if you don't know already, we acquired a company called Esticom. And then we spent 2 years integrating and improving that solution, and now it's Procore Estimating. And I'll pause here for a second and just say, we didn't make that acquisition and spend all the investment to integrate and improve that solution because we thought it might be a good idea. We did it because our customers, especially our specialty contractors, told us that was investment they wanted to see us make. And so again, another example where your influence, your partnership helped us make these decisions and helped us make these investments. So what do we think Procore Estimating can do for our customers? Well, we think you can take on more bids with the same staff, right? In a labor shortage where it's hard to get new talent into your business, you got to be more efficient. We think this can help you with that. And then the other part is making estimating a more deeply embedded part of your whole construction life cycle, right? A smooth handoff between your pre-con team and your construction team, help you manage the impact of changes even throughout the course of the project. So our changes is happening, you can still very quickly go in there and create some new estimates. And so if you haven't already seen Procore Estimating, I highly encourage you to take a look. We have some space out in the floor where you can take a look at it and see it. So please go take a look. So now I want to talk about some of the updates that we've made to Procore Estimating that you may not have seen yet. First is Procore's bid board. This is awesome. And I don't think we mentioned this on the keynote, thankfully, something they didn't steal from my presentation. But so first is this is going to help all of you manage the bidding and estimating pipeline with a single view of all your jobs in Procore. So you're not going to have to search through emails and folders and shared drives and Google Docs and Excel sheets and calling somebody and verifying to track what you've bid, when you bid it, and which clients you sent those bids to. It's all organized at various stages, all in one simple view. And then again, it's connected to the rest of Procore. So you can quickly create new estimates off of these bids, all from this single interface. So really, really excited about the bid board, and hopefully you all get some value out of this. The next exciting solution I want to share is our new AI-enabled automated area takeoff. Wyatt said this on the main stage. AI and ML, it's not taking our jobs. It is going to help us get out of those laborious tasks, those high error-prone tasks, and do things more efficiently and effectively. And so, Procore, we've long believed that AI and machine learning is going to help transform construction. We've made multiple investments into it, bringing really, really talented engineers and companies into Procore and into the platform to help us do this. And one of those first investments that we took that technology and applied it to was estimating. And so we acquired a company called Indus. They're an AI and machine learning tool. And we can now enable you to perform automated area takeoffs, such as concrete foundations. What's the impact of this technology put into our estimating solution? Well, it's going to radically reduce the time it takes to perform these takeoffs, right? You're not having to manually count through many, many drawing pages and looking through all the different symbols, right? All that can be done automated for you. And then it's going to reduce those mistakes and all those errors from manual takeoff. And each one of those errors, they add up, right? And they can eat away at your profit and create risk and pain once you actually get into course of construction. So I'm so excited about the possibilities we're developing with ML and AI technology. I think I'm going to mention one more example of how we're applying that to help specialty contractors later today, but a lot more is going to be coming over the years. We really believe this is going to help folks get more efficient and get some of those laborious tasks, those repetitive tasks, handled a lot more quickly. Cool. And the last thing I wanted to share on estimating, Dave McCool, who I'm a fan of Dave McCool, like everybody else probably is, but talk about 3D takeoffs. We combine the technology of our 3D model viewer and our 2D drawing-based estimation solution. So now you can have way faster takeoffs leveraging those BIM models. So you can conduct quantity takeoffs using the BIM models. You can respond more quickly to new estimates or design changes, better accuracy. So Dave did an awesome job showing some of the capabilities there, but really excited about new ways that you can go from manual takeoff to more automated or BIM-enabled takeoff, move much faster, go right into estimating, manage all those bids through your bid board, and then take that all the way into course of construction. So really excited about the investments we've made here. So what does it all mean for you? Well, we sat with some of our customers and we tracked their progress using Procore estimating. And that stat was really exciting to me. The average estimator, they were able to manage 3 times the number of projects when they were migrating from manual systems to Procore estimating. So if you're still using manual systems today or systems that are dispersed, bring that all together in Procore. We really believe can have a huge impact on your business. And these are the types of results that we love to see our customers have. And so again, I'll probably say this a few more times, but this all goes back to our customers helping to influence, to make these investments, to make these improvements, to point to us where the inefficiencies are, and allow us to make these solutions more efficient, better for your business. And so that's all in great thanks to all of you. And so speaking of one of our customers, who's been an awesome partner for many, many years, I'd much rather have her come up and talk about some of the impacts of estimating and pre-construction. So I'll welcome Athena to the stage. Thank you.
Give me a minute while I transition the mic from giant to midget. Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you to Will and to the amazing Procore team for having me here today. So my name is Athena Chera, and I'm VP of Business Development with Athena Engineering Incorporated. Now, we are a mechanical HVAC and building automation contractor located in Southern California. If the name is any indicator, the company was founded by my parents, Janie and Richard Chera, a little over 38 years ago. And that's a picture of my dad poking his head up through that roof. And just a disclaimer, that was in the early 80s when both seatbelts and hard hats were optional, okay? And he's also on the live stream right now cursing me, always to Sunday. So we really specialize in 2 types of construction. We do renovation and retrofit in occupied buildings, but we also do new construction, and we do it for 2 types of customers. So we do it for as a prime contractor working directly to end users, and we also do it as a subcontractor working to GCs. Now, when we're a prime, we're responsible for not only doing a takeoff and doing the work for the mechanical HVAC and building automation, but we also can have sometimes ranging between 10 to 15 subcontractors that we also are responsible for managing to do a turnkey project. So that gave us 2 dual sets of challenges when we were dealing with estimating. When we were trying to bid a project as a prime, we not only had to deal with our own takeoff, the mechanical and the building automation, but we also had to coordinate all the proposals and the quotes and the stuff from subcontractors and get those in at the same time. Now, compound that with the fact that very often we're a design builder. So as everyone in this room knows, when you're a design builder, you get a stack of as-builts and a hope, wish, and pray that you're going to be able to get the job done like the client thinks he's going to get it done. And we were responsible for creating the scope and also communicating that scope out to all of our subcontractors and hoping that we would get apples to apples back when that scope was communicated to different subs across different trades. Now, when we were bidding as a subcontractor to a GC, we just had a lot of RFPs and not enough estimators to get to them. And this was across different ways, right? On one side, we just had a lot of RFPs from different GCs and different projects. But we also, as again, everyone in this room knows, we also had multiple GCs bidding the same project, but they all wanted it in their special unicorn way. So that meant that we had to build the scope separately for every single GC that wanted to bid it a different way. It just made it a bit complicated. Now, let's also talk about the fact that we had plans everywhere. There were plans that were on somebody's desktop, but then we had the printed sets of plans that were sitting on someone's desk, and there were stacks of highlighters. Who in here has seen more highlighter colors than they've ever seen? Yes, thank you. Other estimators understand my life. Okay, so I knew I was in trouble when Staples sent me a most favored client gift. Okay, and then my estimators discovered Costco, and they discovered buckets of highlighters. And I was like, oh, no, we're not doing this anymore. This is not going to happen. So we knew that we needed to make a migration. We had been using a system that was specific to both sheet metal and pipe. And it was fine, but the problem was that, one, I couldn't do anything with building automation for it. And two, it was a single user permission, and it was sitting again on someone's computer. So it just wasn't going to stand for what we needed. We also wanted something that was cloud enabled. We wanted something that already connected to our significant investment in Procore. And really, we just needed something that allowed us to collaborate so I could have two estimators working on the same thing without, God forbid, one estimator deciding he wanted to print it and had like was being invited to parties from our plan printer, and the other one who was using his computer. So, well, what my father did, family business, ladies and gentlemen, he was watching TUI's announcement in 2019 about Esticom. So while TUI's making the announcement, my dad is happily plugging away on his computer. He purchases Esticom, comes in my office and goes, "Ha, I found it," drops it on my desk and says, "Go." So, dad and boss, let's all remember this. So I took a look at it, but what I realized was that it was actually a pretty solid solution for us. And it's turned into a wonderful integration into our company. And let me give you 6 reasons why that is. First and foremost, training. So what Procore estimating, what Esticom eventually became Procore estimating and fully integrated into the system, what we were allowed to do now is single source of truth, right? So when I was training somebody, I could sit an intern or an assistant estimator down to the system, teach them the symbol recognition, which is a pretty amazing machine learning aspect of Procore estimating, teach them how to utilize it, and then also teach them how to accurately quality control whether the machine learning was finding the symbols. So rather than using highlighters to color, they were using the machine learning, automatically recognizing the symbols, and then going through and actually learning what was within those plans that they were analyzing. It allowed us to increase our capacity. 2, as I said, single source of truth. Now, everybody has their own truth, but this was my truth, and my truth was now going to be the department's truth, and in turn, operations had to deal with our truth. So no more was operations able to say they didn't know what we did when we built the estimate. And in addition to that, that single source of truth was utilized to collaborate. Number 3, was utilized to collaborate amongst our partners. So I can use Procore estimating, pop it up on our screen. I can add designers to it to actually collaborate in the layers in the estimate. I can have subcontractors added to it. We can color aspects of the plans that we're utilizing, PDF it, send it off to the subs, and show them exactly what it is that we need them to price. And then on top of that, in an increasingly digital world, I actually bring that up. I bring up Procore estimating and bring up our estimates and our plans during post-bid interviews with clients. So I'm actually able to bring it up, show it up on the screen, turn on and off estimate layers. And it allows me to communicate to my clients what we bid, what we didn't bid, and how we bid it. Next, and this would be 2, 3, 4, number 4, fully customizable system. So the beauty of this, and what I ran into with other systems that I didn't like, was that you did one customization that lived for the entire software. This one, it is a per project, per estimate customization. Symbols can be different, colors can be different, my layers can be different. One project, I can have 50 layers on it, I can have an as-built layer, I can have a layer for pipe, I can have a layer for electrical, or I can have 2 layers. It doesn't matter, it is fully customizable. In addition to that, I can take the system, I can fully modify all of the layers. I can price all of the items individually. I can use the pre-priced book, or I can create assemblies and create full custom pricing. Number 5, and probably the most important for us, multiple trades. So now I don't need to buy separate systems to do all of my estimates. I have a system, I can utilize it for my mechanical, I can utilize it fully for my conduit and wire, I can go in, do a quick takeoff on the concrete, in the case that I have a pad being poured. I can do a quick estimate on the pipe, I can do a quick estimate on plumbing, I can do a quick estimate on drywall. And I can actually build out some quick ROMs, send that off to my subs to show them what my footages are, what I need bid, just a quick hit, so that way they can take a look at what I need and give me a price back. It's really nice to not have to have multiple systems to do this one thing. Now finally, transition to operations. As I said, ops can no longer say that they don't know what I bid, but at the same time, all of my notations transfer over, my actual estimate transfers over. Now soon enough, my estimate will transition straight into the budget. But then on top of that, what's really cool is that operations prices their change orders using Procore estimating. So to all the ops people in this room, that's a huge thing. It's a huge change. So what's next for us? We've got a couple different things that's challenging us, because God knows it never changes. Number 1, standard operating procedures, most boring thing that we could possibly do, but probably the most important. I see people shaking their heads. Yes, I know. I'm not looking forward to it. Number 2, we are, what is that? Oh, number 2, this is what happens when you don't wear your glasses up on stage. Number 2, we're developing our tech stack. So the accounting ERP is our next big thing to take on. If anybody in this room has advice, please come find me. Acumatica, Sage, looking at both of them, looking at different options, but need to do something to connect really that final piece, because accounting's gonna scream at me no matter what I do. I might be an owner in the company, but accounting will undoubtedly still scream at me if I choose wrong. And then number 3, supply chain management. So the buzzword of the majority of this conference, nobody understands it more intimately than everybody in this room. But trying to find something that is cost effective, because some of them are a bit too expensive, but something that's cost effective and it lets us track our equipment orders, our material orders, what's in the field, what's in the warehouse, etc., and get it off the damn Excel spreadsheets that we all know everyone loves. So with that being said, and before I turn it back over to Will, this is a bit about our experience, but if you have any questions about Procore estimating, if you also have any complaints that you need me to pass on, I'm on the Executive Customer Advisory Board. I'm shocked Will let me up here, first of all. But I'm also here to talk to you guys about anything that I could pass off along. God knows I spend 90% of my time going, excuse me, specialty contractors are like the ones who actually build the buildings. So with that being said, I'll pass that back over to Will. Thank you, everybody.
That was awesome. I told you it was going to be better than my sections. Athena's been a customer of ours since 2015. As she mentioned, she's a member of our Executive Customer Advisory Board. So she has done an awesome job being a voice for all of you, and done a great job influencing myself and TUI to make sure that we continue to make investments into the trade. So thank you, Athena. Thank you. Awesome. So there's so much more we could talk about in pre-construction, but I'm probably already over time. That tends to be what I do with presentations. So I'm going to move on to project execution. So even if you bid the project perfectly, you got awesome margins, everything's looking great, it can still turn into disaster if you're not able to manage the execution of the work. And so helping our customers manage their projects, the active construction project, it's always been at the core of what Procore's done. Even before I got here 10 years ago, 20 years ago, this was the beginning of Procore's focus on project execution. And so, we've spent many years providing tools to help you deliver your project safely, on time, on budget, making sure that you can track every dollar planned, every dollar spent, making sure your field and office teams are always in sync, managing and prioritizing quality, keeping your people safe. And we have a ton of powerful solutions to help our customers do that. And so I just can't walk you through all of them. We just don't have the time. But I do want to share some really cool enhancements that we've made in project execution, so you can at least see what we've been up to. The first new enhancement I want to share is another one, as I mentioned, that's using AI technology. So this is Procore Quick Capture. And so this is using technology, similar to Alexa or Siri. It's voice-enabled input technology, and it's just making that data entry in the field so much easier. And so, with Quick Capture, especially contractors, you can just capture a video of an observation, and you can just talk to Procore. And what we're seeing is that this is reducing the time to perform these tasks by up to 60%. These are just the early results, and we think this is just going to get better and better as the machine learning continues to learn and get better and better and more effective. And so super excited about the impact here, and especially when you think about the trades, right? So much of your team, your business, is your workforce in the field. And they're spending way too much time collecting data and inputting data and not focused on their skills and their craft and what they're so great at. And so our job at Procore is we want them to spend less time on phones, less time inputting data, and this is one of the ways that we're doing that. And so I'll continue on the theme of field efficiency, and I wanted to share our action plan solution. If you haven't heard of our action plan solution, it enables teams to manage basically any construction process. So whether it's some big, large activity like project startup or something really granular like concrete pours, it's a completely flexible solution to meet the process of your company. So whatever your process is and the most important business processes that you need to run, you can build those out in the action plans tool. And it's all in one digital location. And so when you're running one of these action plans for a particular process, the team's gonna have all the necessary reference materials in one spot, which is just, again, gonna save all that time having to go out and find the right information or make mistakes. And as a company, this ensures that your standards are met, right? You all have standards about quality and process that you want to be implemented, but making sure that's implemented in the field can be difficult, and we think action plans can really benefit you there. And so over the past year, we've made a bunch of enhancements to action plans. So some of those are, you can now filter and search and mark private. You can track details through line item notes. You can track progress through field status. You can connect to more tools. We've integrated with more tools across Procore, and all of this data is reportable, so you can drive insights and figure out which processes can get better and better and better, and then go make those changes to your process. So really excited about action plans. If you're not familiar with it, please take a look, and please lean into that solution. It's awesome. Another investment that we're making to ensure quality on the job site, and especially safety on the job site, is our inspection solution. This has been around for a really long time, but we made some great enhancements to it. One is we added the ability to easily schedule your inspections. So performing great quality checks, performing great inspections is awesome, but if you're doing them 2 weeks too late, then you're gonna be off schedule and you're gonna start eating away at your profits. And so making sure that you can schedule those inspections and stay on track, stay on schedule is really important. Another one is simplified template building. We just want to help you get up and running with new inspections more quickly. And we believe that the more inspections you can run, the better, right? You're going to be able to make sure you're getting those right quality checks. You're going to be collecting more data to help you improve in the future. But sometimes the setup tasks is what stops you from doing something. We talked about that digital transformation, right? And taking processes you've been doing for 20 years and digitizing them. We want to make that really easy. And so not lost on us, the administrative burden of using technology, and we spent a lot of time making that better and easier in Procore. And we improved the user experience. Again, back to the digital transformation. So many folks are having to learn new technology, and there's no group in construction that's busier and more strapped for time than the trades. And so finding ways that our tools can be intuitive, you can pick them up and they're easy to use, is important to us. So we're taking that feedback, finding out where there's inefficiencies and how you use the product, and making it easier to use. And so all this to help you do better quality work and do it in a way that doesn't have you stuck in software all day long trying to make it happen. And then last but not least, TUI, of course, stole the thunder on this, but our upcoming Procore Connect solution. So core to our mission is unlocking collaboration across stakeholders. And one of the most painful areas is general contractors and specialty contractors, right? And especially for you all who are receiving lots of information, sharing lots of information, and we really want to make that as efficient as possible. And so entering beta in early 2023, we're going to have Procore Connect on drawings, and we're really excited about how this is going to help you synchronize the data, making sure your teams have the most up-to-date drawings connected right from the general contractor's account, all without having to leave your account. And this is a technology that we're going to continue to invest in. It's a huge group working on it today. Next year, we're doubling that team, making it even bigger. We deeply believe that this is not only core to our mission to connect everyone, but absolutely core to specialty contractors being successful on our platform. So you're going to see us invest in drawings and continue that investment to make sure that we're connecting our customers with your customers so that you can work faster, work more efficiently, spend less time doing double data entry. So one thing I'd say here is a huge shout out to probably some of you in this room and many of our customers that have helped us, made sure that we knew this needs to be a top priority, and also helped us make sure we got it right. We've been working really closely with our customers on pilots and designs and getting tons and tons of feedback. It's a really hard problem to solve, and a big thanks to our specialty contractor community helping us get this right. So excited about this. And before we wrap up on project execution, Athena mentioned the importance of this, but I did want to remind you about all the innovation happening in our partner ecosystem. And part of our partner ecosystem is going out and making sure we're not just finding the best solutions for construction, but we're also finding the best solutions for the trades and bringing them into our ecosystem, integrating them. And so obviously material management is increasingly important with all the supply chain disruptions and the price escalations, and I'm sure a lot of you are looking for solutions. And so good news, in true Procore fashion, we're out there finding these partners, innovating with these partners, integrating with these partners so that you can solve some of these problems within Procore. And so, powered by our platform, delivered through our Procore app marketplace, we've integrated with some of these solutions. And so take a look, find the ones that work for you, and keep giving us feedback on other partners you'd like to see us integrate with. But I did want to share one example of our application marketplace in our partner ecosystem to see how we're innovating there as well. Awesome. So we're going to go to chapter 3 here, and I'll share something personal. So I have 2 kids. I have a boy and a girl. They are both amazing, and I'm not allowed to publicly share which one I like best. Maybe I have a favorite, but I'm not gonna share that with you today. But when it comes to product, I can share my favorite child, and so my favorite child is workforce management. And again, it comes from all of you, right? I've spent so much time with customers like Athena who have been telling us how important the workforce is, right? It's oftentimes your biggest cost, your biggest risk. Not to mention, these are real people, right? These are real human beings that you're working with that are driving the execution of your projects, and it's so important. And so for me, as I was anticipating preparing for Groundbreak 2022, this was absolutely the most exciting thing that I wanted to talk about and share, and the most exciting thing that we've been investing in, my favorite child. And so, the investments of time, energy, sweat, a whole lot of money, thank you, Tui, for helping us fund this, has gone into workforce management. And so, and it's all really been focused on one primary customer, and that's our specialty contractors. And so y'all the ones who have the majority of the workforce. And so when we make these investments, when we prioritize this work on workforce management, it's because of you. So thank you. As I've gone through this journey, you're going to see the stat on the labor shortage. I understand we all are aware of this, but I've just spent so much time talking with our customers, and as they've told me that nothing is more important than their workforce, they've also started to educate us on the enormous challenges of managing that workforce. And so as we approach this inflection point, and frankly, this stat was just shocking to me, but we need to bring in nearly 500,000 new workers on top of normal hiring just to meet the industry demand. Okay, so we all realize labor shortage is real, it's impacting all of you, it's painful. And one of the things we can do about it is making sure that the workforce you have is effectively managed, planned, you're getting the right people to the right place at the right time to do the best you can with the workforce that you have. And as that has become an increasingly important reality for all of you and all of our customers, what we're realizing is, gosh, workforce management is an increasingly complex and difficult business process. and we want to help you solve that. And so to have this discussion, I want to invite up our Director of Product for Workforce Management, Chris Karcher. As I mentioned before, Chris has been with Procore for over 8 years, and the majority of that time he's been focused on building solutions for the field, for specialty contractors, and now he's spent a lot of years now working on workforce management to bring that to our customers. So I'll welcome Chris up.
Thanks, Will. I do look young, by the way, but I'm not Will's child. This category is his favorite child, so just wanted to make that clear up front. Thanks so much. I'm so excited to talk to everybody about workforce management and the investments we're making here to help specialty contractors. This is an area Procore's been investing in since 2018 with the launch of field productivity. And we've been partnering closely with a lot of the folks in this room to improve that product. And over the years, we've understood just how complicated and complex this problem is to address. I have a few of the top 4 challenges that we hear from talking with folks up on the screen here. And I'll go through them quickly. The first is workforce availability. It's really hard for contractors to understand when their jobs are appropriately staffed, given today's labor climate, but also to make sure that the right people get to jobs at the right time. It's something that we hear again and again, and we're excited to talk a little bit more about how we can address with products later. The next is communication issues. We constantly hear that field-to-office communication is a top challenge for specialty contractors. And that's both getting information out to the workforce about their assignments, but also getting information from the field back to the office about workforce needs. That requires a lot of coordination and frankly is a huge challenge that the industry struggles with today. Next is schedule shifts, which are one of the most disruptive challenges because they can have such a large impact on staffing plans. We understand these shifts can make it very difficult to reconfigure people and also to understand how forecasts can change when there's major change in your staffing plans. It can be even harder to communicate the impact of those staffing changes on costs to project collaborators as well. And the last is performance tracking. Collecting accurate data from the field is never easy, but without it, we hear it's really difficult to understand how projects are progressing and how productivity rates are performing on the job. So these challenges are hard enough to manage on just a single job, but we understand that workforce management is an enterprise-wide challenge. And that means effective workforce management requires coordination across your entire portfolio of projects. When we've got out into the industry and talked to customers about how they're solving this company-wide challenge today, we hear that it is the majority of folks still using manual processes and disconnected solutions to manage this. And this is from contractors with a 20-person workforce all the way to contractors with thousands and thousands of workers are still relying primarily on Excel sheets, whiteboards, and phone calls to manage one of the most important resources for their business. We've seen this approach work, but the challenge is that it can lead to limited visibility and it can lead to inaccurate data, which ultimately doesn't really help when improving workforce efficiency, is what we've heard from many of the folks in this room. So our team heard loud and clear that this was a challenge that our customers, specifically our specialty contractor customers, wanted Procore to help solve in an end-to-end way. So in 2021, we made the decision to grow our investment in workforce management by solving for workforce planning in Procore as well. We knew we had a great partner in LaborChart with an awesome and passionate team and an industry-leading solution for planning construction workforce. We decided that joining forces with LaborChart was better and faster than going out and building this on our own. So we made the decision at the end of 2021 to acquire LaborChart. And frankly, the driving force behind that acquisition was folks in this room, our customers, many of whom were already using this solution and told us that it was great. So when we fast forward a year from that date, we now have LaborChart as a fully integrated product in Procore called Workforce Planning. I mentioned this before, but workforce planning wasn't the first investment that Procore made into the category of workforce management. We had begun this journey in 2018 with workforce tracking product, Field Productivity. But now with workforce planning in Procore, we're able to offer an end-to-end solution to manage workforce in Procore that we're really excited about. This is an area we are doubling down on right now as a company. We know it is so important for specialty contractors and for the industry to get this right. So we're excited to continue investing in both of these products to ensure we can help contractors effectively and efficiently manage workforce going forward. So I'll tell you now about some of the ways that we're helping contractors today address those problems that I shared earlier. The first is with workforce planning, again, formerly labor chart. This solution helps contractors get the right person to the right job at the right time. This really helps address that worker availability problem I talked about a minute ago by digitizing the labor planning process. It creates a single source of truth for your workforce plans across your entire business inside Procore, all accessible through one user experience. This solution also helps with the communication challenges in connecting field to office. So not just automating the distribution of assignments to your workforce, but also helping to match workers with the right assignments to make sure you get the right person to the right job site. Ultimately, we're seeing that this solution is helping contractors make better data-informed decisions about their workforce in terms of both how it's scheduled and how they're forecasting workers. With workforce planning in Procore, we're bringing the planning data into Procore's platform, which is where we already have workforce actuals that creates that end-to-end solution. And I'll talk about workforce actuals next year. So Procore's workforce tracking product to track those actuals is called Field Productivity, which helps capture the accurate real-time workforce data that you need, like timesheets, T&M tickets, and productivity info. We've improved this solution over the past year quite a bit with investments into customization and flexibility, which has allowed it to be the primary solution that a lot of our customers are now using to manage their workforce on site. I think someone's getting a call. We know that for specialty contractors, connecting this workforce data to financials is critical because of how interrelated the two business processes are. So we're really excited to offer that connection today between Procore's field productivity solution with our financial management tools. And it's an area we're going to be investing even more into over the next year to deepen that connection. There's a lot more I am excited to share about workforce management. We have a session later today with a couple customers where we're going to talk about how we're helping contractors today with these solutions manage workforce. That's called Right Person, Right Place, Right Time. Please come check it out to go a little bit deeper into this area. And I'd also like to encourage you all to come to the Innovation Lab, where my team is stationed right now. And that's where we can talk about where we're taking these products in the future. And we'd love your input along that journey. Finally, I'll say a big thank you to everyone who's partnered with us over the years to build out these solutions. We really appreciate it. And I look forward to meeting more of you over the next couple days here. All right, Will, now back to you.
Awesome. That phone call might have been a good reminder that I'm running short on time. So I'm gonna rapid fire through the rest of this last section here, financial management, and get you to lunch. Listen, these are some awesome stats here that are a little concerning to be honest. So one stat that we got was that 42% of specialty contractors cited material challenges as a top cause for margin loss. And then 73% report that it takes on average over 60 days, some saying 90 days, to receive payments from clients. And this is just the nature of how payments work in construction, but cash flow is so important, and Procore believes that we can help alleviate some of that pain. One thing we did was we announced that we had acquired LevelSet a year ago, and they have a number of solutions to help specialty contractors with their cash flow. So one area is material financing, and the other one is lien rights management. We know lien rights can bog up a lot of the payments process, and so this is going to help contractors get paid faster as they can better manage this. If you want to know more about LevelSet, please check out the session that they're having on Wednesday, and then also they have a booth in the expo hall. The next thing that I want to talk about is work breakdown structure. I'll keep it pretty simple, right? We have a lot of solutions and financials to help you manage your budget, ensure visibility, making sure you can integrate to other products like workforce management and estimating, and of course your ERP. But one of the things we heard was that Procore, especially for specialty contractors, was not flexible enough when you're managing your financials. And so we released work breakdown structure to give you more flexibility. It really helps you get that granularity that you have for both setting up and reporting on your financial data. And so now with WBS, you can create custom segments that you can report on and organize the data however you like, right? Your companies are unique based on your size, your trade, your preferences, your projects. And so with work breakdown structure, you now have that flexibility within our financial products. And another investment that we made was on budget changes. This was an awesome example of partnering with subs. They told us as they were using our budgeting solution that it did not work for them the way they needed it to, especially how they were managing their budget and applying changes to that budget. So we listened, we added the flexibility, we added the solution so that you could better manage this. So if you're a longtime user of our budgeting solution or haven't even looked at it yet, please go check this out. We're super excited about the enhancements here. And again, driven directly from specialty contractors telling us this is how our business works, this is how the process works, and we need this flexibility to better manage our budget and make these changes the way that work for us and the way that we need to report to our clients and to our business. And the last thing I'm going to talk about for financials is time and material tracking. When we talked to specialty contractors, they were saying that sometimes it takes 2 to 3 months to get paid after identifying the extra work and then actually getting paid for it. It's just too long, right? And one of the challenges was collecting the T&M tickets and then putting it through the process to actually get paid. And so Procore offers an end-to-end solution from initiating the extra work authorization to verifying T&M tickets to creating formal change order requests. And this is just one example of a connected platform and one example of listening to subs saying, hey, time and material tracking and the connection to change management and getting paid is critical to us. And so Procore invested and really excited about this and the enhancements that we've been making to it. So I'm going to wrap up today's discussion and get you all to lunch. I'm sure everybody's hungry, but I really want to leave you with this. Procore is deeply committed to the specialty contractor market. I hope you walk away with that as the one takeaway. We really believe that we can offer the best solutions to help you get your job done, from our products to the use cases that we're applying ML and AI to our reporting and analytics, to our partners in our app marketplace, to our customer success teams that we have dedicated to specialty contractors and specialized for specialty contractors. We are focused on this market. We're focused on your needs. And I am proud to stand up here today truly believing that Procore is the best platform in the world for the trades. I really do believe that. But we're really just getting started, and I really think we're just scratching the surface. So with your partnership, I know that there's so much more we can do. So please give us your feedback, help us make the platform better, and help us continue to innovate for the trades. So thank you all. Please check out the Innovation Lab. Please find the sessions that you're excited about. And thank you all for your partnership. Have a great rest of Groundbreak.